Alright. Let's see what we can get into here. Get everything set up real quick. Oh, apparently this isn't going to Pagoda. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. It does not look like it's going into Pagoda. Hey, what's up, Sector 16? How's it going, man? Alright, just gonna double check everything here, make sure we're all good with the live stream. Make sure my audio's good. Yeah, I've tried to use TweetDeck before. Sometimes it tends to be a little weird, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is CCTV footage. But yeah, this live stream's just gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of chill for now. It's gonna be kind of talking about everything going on and, you know, things of that nature. Predicting regime change today or within what time frame? I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. As of right now, everything seems to be kind of chill. I mean, I'm primarily waiting for the main humanitarian aid to come through. That'll be my indication of how the rest of the day is gonna go, depending on how they act when that comes through. And I've heard that Guaida will be on one of the aid trucks, so that'll be interesting as well. So they're still firing tear gas on the main bridge. Protesters retreating after heavy tear gas deployment. And this bridge here is, show you. This is basically the main bridge into Colombia from Venezuela. You can see right there, Venezuela, Colombia. And this is the bridge. This is the bridge right here that everything's coming through. Right there is the borderline. Oh yeah, this is Venezuela, this is Colombia, coming from Colombia into Venezuela. This is like the main area where all the tear gas is being deployed and where all the fighting is. What do you think will happen if they keep blocking the aid convoy? If they keep blocking the aid convoy, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. Depends on who is on the convoy. They could fire shots. You could use live ammo in an attempt to get the people away so they can move through. Earlier, right here, you can kind of see this is what happened earlier when an attempt was made to get 4 trucks in. You can kind of see what happened. Venezuelan security forces attempted to prevent the trucks from getting in, and Guaido claims the trucks got in, but it's not clear at this point if the trucks got in for sure. It's just kind of assuming what's going on. Yeah, Marco Rubio would surprise me if he's following one of the many people on Twitter that are doing this. How up to date he is on everything. But yeah, this was just posted here by Marco Rubio. Hashtag urgent pro-Maduro gang the direction of Cuban agents have used firearms against civilian aid workers at the Simón Bolivar Bridge. Military leaders are cowards if they stand by and allow foreign government and street criminals to kill their own people. Is there a scenario where Trump will make an ultimatum for the aid? I'm not sure. I mean, at this point, he hasn't really been too vocal in everything going on. He's been kind of sitting back, and people like John Bolton and Marco Rubio have been taking the brunt of everything with what they're saying. So I mean, possibly, but we'll see. Maybe. So Marco Rubio just posted again, urgent hashtag Venezuela. Situation in Santa Elena is very serious. There's repression with firearms against disarmed civilian population in an effort to stop entry of humanitarian aid. So Marco Rubio is definitely picking up on the fact that live ammo has been used against protesters. It's got tagged in something here. People managed to remove the roadblock on the bridge at Venezuela-Colombia border in Urena, however that's pronounced. Wow, that's a lot of people. It's crazy. And this is the, I can't remember the name of this bridge, but it's one of the other main crossing points to get into the country. Can't quite remember the name of the bridge, though. Mike Pence just posted to @Guaido and all the people of Venezuela taking a stand for freedom and humanitarian relief. Estamos con ustedes. I'm horrible at Spanish. We are with you. As POTUS said, the people of Venezuela are standing for freedom and democracy, and the USA is standing right by their side. So lots of tweets coming today from different important United States personnel. Time of Caracas is 2:45 p.m. So they are 1 hour ahead of Eastern time. It's weird having a conflict that is so close to my time. What's the reasoning for Maduro closing airspace? Not sure. Could be multitude of reasons, but really, who knows at this point? Perhaps he is assuming that the United States is going to try and fly over Venezuela, and he's using that as a tool to get them to not do that. Who knows? Just kind of looking at the Brazilian airport, seeing what they're doing. Nothing interesting there. So as of right now, we're just kind of sitting back and waiting for these aid trucks to go through. There was 4 that attempted to go through earlier, and those I don't think made it through. Guaido claims that they did go through. Yeah, as you can see right there from 36 minutes ago, 4 aid trucks tried to breach the Venezuelan border. Reports of between 12 to 15 civilians wounded from live fire used by Maduro forces at the border crossing. So, is it just aid? Yes. So, the Maduro forces that are stationed at the border have been using live fire. I can actually try and find a picture of one of the people that was shot right here. Video. He was shot in the back, and Elent claims that looks to be live ammo shotgun pellets. So they're using live ammo shotgun pellets and shooting people in the back, and that is something that the United States will definitely pick up on, and I'm sure they're not going to be too happy about that. And check flight radar 24 as well. Sometimes that picks up on some interesting flights. So it looks like we have a C-17, 22,000 feet, getting ready to leave Florida. Kind of interested to see where this is going to go. You think Maduro may be worried about aid airdrops? That is also a possibility. If you can't get the aid in via the land, then why not go for a airdrop scenario? Good point. Does the Monroe Doctrine or the Roosevelt Colt? Oh my god, I can't speak today. Come into effect. I don't know, possibly. Depends on whatever the United States wants to do in terms of regime change. As of right now, it's kind of hard to tell what their goals are. They claim they want regime change, but don't really know how they're going to go about it. Suppose if they... Yeah, probably. If they shot down a transport plane. That would be a pretty good reason for a war. I think what he was saying, Eternal, is Maduro's worried about airdrops, therefore he closed Venezuelan airspace, I think is what he was trying to say. So 54 seconds ago here, confirmed at least 4 Venezuelan civilians killed and 18 wounded by the Venezuelan National Guard firing live ammunition at Santa Elena de Urin, whatever. You're going to come to hate me towards the end of this live stream with my absolute horrible Spanish pronunciation. C-17 on its way to Bogota. Most likely. Nothing else, though, appears to be heading that way. Except maybe... No, that one's 9,775 feet. That one's probably going to land. 53 minutes time tracked. I was going to say maybe this one would be heading in the same path, but... I'm not sure. So far... I guess if I had to look, I'd probably want to look over here. So far I don't see anything too interesting in terms of flights here on Flight Radar 24, but... This doesn't always display interesting flights. Let me do something here and go ahead and add the interesting tag and see if anything's coming up. ADSB Exchange is going to be a good good tool to use. Oh, there's Phoenix Air again. What are they doing? Interesting. Not where they have been the past couple days, that's for sure. So no interesting air flights. This is a video that I shared earlier. I'm not quite sure where this is at, but you can see riot police getting completely overwhelmed somewhere in Venezuela by protesters. You can see them pushing, and then the protesters basically get through. So lots of very intense rioting going on at this point, protesting, whatever you want to call it. Reports of 4 killed now along the border. Yep, GMB shooting. The GMB, if you're not sure, is the Venezuela National Guard. So if you see me talk about the GMB, that is what I'm talking about. So if that's 4 there and there's 4 killed somewhere else, I guess it would be 8 at this point. But I'm not sure if they're talking about different locations or not. A Boeing 787-900 from Amsterdam bound for Bogota, Colombia was escorted by an Su-30 Mk2 through Venezuelan airspace. That's interesting. Oh, tweet has been deleted. So I believe that's a Venezuelan fighter jet. I believe. So it's just the MKK. Not sure though. That is the Russian Federation China version of the plane, apparently. It was on a border with Brazil. Yeah, it's one of the border crossing points. It's really quiet. I'm clipping into the yellow. That's interesting. Let me know if it gets any better. I move the mic a little bit closer. Yeah, Griff, maybe your volume might be a little low. So here's this video again. This man was shot in the back by shotgun pellets. You can see horrible, absolutely horrible. Here's this tweet again. Nope, tweet has been deleted. We'll get it eventually. Interesting, yeah, I don't know. It's clipping into the yellow near the red. And I have the volume basically maxed out for my auxiliary auxiliary audio device. Marco Rubio has just been firing out the tweets lately. Something that Intel Crab just, why are all my tweets deleted? Every time I go to retweet something, it says tweet deleted. Twitter is broken for me right now. 18 members of the Venezuelan security forces have deserted. Interesting. So, more and more members of the GNB are defecting as we speak. But yeah, something that was just pointed out here by Intel Crab. Venezuelan airspace is essentially empty, except for a Copa Airlines flight, which isn't even supposed to land in Venezuela. But Venezuelan airspace completely empty, as the airspace was shut down. Not quite sure why this Copa Airlines flight is flying over Venezuela. Perhaps they got special clearance. But as of right now, empty except for one. The military who have defected today to the regime of Maduro are ascended. Not quite sure what that translation is supposed to be. 7 injured by clashes, so there's more clashes being reported. Go ahead and show you where this is at here so you have a general idea. So you can see it's very close to Colombia. All this is taking place right here. I can show you about where it's taking place at. The bridge, right there's the bridge. So there's 2 main bridges where this is all taking place at, and this area right here has shown to be the deadliest one. How many locations are there skirmishes? Well, there's one here. There's one up there-ish, I think. One near Brazil. So one down in here, so there'll be 3. You probably figure a couple in and around here somewhere. So yeah, there's probably close to 5. But the main ones are this point here and the which other bridge? This place here. So these are the 2 main. Oh yeah, and Caracas as well. There's some skirmishes. But yeah, there and down there, all the way down there a little bit. So those are the 2 main points. And yeah, Caracas as well, as there's some intense skirmishes going on there. Yes, I did see that. I think that was posted by, give me a sec, I'll try and find it. I think it was posted by Babak Tagave. Yeah, right here. I believe that's what you're talking about. National Guard and Police Forces. So yeah, I mean, there's protests going on everywhere. Let me go ahead and find a live stream real quick here. I think this one's in Brazil. Or the border, maybe. Venezuelan-Brazilian border. Possibly. Not sure. Sputnik had a good live stream as well. I want to try and find. Yeah, here we go. And this is on the Venezuelan-Colombian border, so this is right there. Regime repressors disperse peaceful demonstration. Tear gas. So you can see tear gas being fired. So that's pretty much been the scene in the majority of these places as peaceful demonstrations taking place, and then Maduro forces coming in, firing tear gas to try and get them to disperse. That's basically what's been happening at this point. Oh, just saw a tweet. Where'd that go? Where did that go? Guaido confirms report of massive casualties. See, unfortunately, this has been the place where a lot of this has been happening. A lot of these very violent protests and a lot of these violent conflicts have been taking place. A lot of these clashes have been taking place about right here, so close to the border with Brazil. You can see it's not too far. Probably, let's see, from the nearest point, 5 miles away. Do I think today is the day? I don't know. Like I said earlier, really hard to tell. As you watch this video of aid workers moving towards national police, keep in mind they're doing so to block food and medicine. Can anyone recall so much effort used to block food and medicine? This is from NTN 24 Venezuela. And this is them trying to block a aid truck coming through. You can see what they're doing. They're using, get back here a second. They're using, looks like air horns. I don't know what they're trying to do there, but using air horns and general SWAT gear to try and push back this aid truck from coming through. But yeah, I've been live streaming for about 23 minutes here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'll be back on later once things start to heat up a little bit, which I think will take place towards the nighttime. So it's only 3 p.m. in Venezuela right now, so probably closer towards night when the sun goes down. I think that's when things might heat up a little bit more, or whenever these aid trucks try and attempt to go through. But yeah, I'll be back on later. Thank you everybody for tuning in to watch the live stream. Keep posted on my Twitter page. I'll keep posting updates there. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys later.